Hey everyone, it's your favorite time of the week. It's real estate story time with Justin Cook. All right, here's the story. So my seller, my listing, and we get it under contract way above the asking price. We're a little concerned about the appraisal. There is a comp in the neighborhood that is awesome. It's just had barely closed, literally a couple of doors down. By far the most comparable sell. Problem is, it wasn't ever listed in the MLS because they had sold the property before they could list it. So anyhow, I think we'll provide this information to the appraiser and we should be good to go. I give the appraiser the information and he says he won't use the comp because it's not documented. Even though it's on public county records, he doesn't have any information about the sell. So I asked him, well, what can I do? What can I provide you? He said, well, maybe if you get me a copy of the purchase contract. So I said, okay, I can do that. So I went and I found the seller on Facebook, got them to give me a copy of their purchase contract. I give that to the appraiser. Now I'm thinking, okay, we're all good. The appraisal came back $40,000 low because the appraiser decided not to use that comp. So we challenged the appraisal and basically he's like, I just wanted it in the MLS, even though we have a copy of the contract. Ridiculous, right? So I'm like, okay. So I go back to that seller and explain the situation. Hey, will you give permission for your agent to put the property in the MLS? The seller doesn't have to do anything. They just have to, give permission for their agent. The seller says no, they don't want to do it. I talked to their agent, explain the situation. The agent's on board, but he says, hey, my seller doesn't want to do it. I ask, well, why? What's the hang up? They don't have to do anything. She said it's because, as what they said is, how does it benefit us? So because it didn't benefit them, they wouldn't allow that to show up as a closed sale in the MLS. The property will appraise for $40,000 low. And here's what happened as a result. Fortunately, we were able to get the buyer to come out of pocket $30,000, and then my seller, my client, lowered their price $10,000. So all because of this selfish seller not, letting their agent put it in the MLS, a good buyer had to come out of pocket 30 grand that could have been used for something else, and then my seller sold it for $10,000 less. Terrible karma, right? Well, a few days later, the seller broke both of their legs. Just kidding. That didn't happen. But if it did happen, I wouldn't be sad. I shouldn't say that. Anyway, that's the story. Thought it was pretty terrible, that seller. Fortunately, though, we were able to still get it to work out. Have a great day.